Hi, my name is Michael Vera, and I am going to talk about compression. And this is for the introduction to music production at Coursera.com, Coursera.org. And we will be seeing how you can use compression in Samplitude Silver, which is a DAW by SoundCloud. So let's go ahead and open the DAW up. And then we are going to import a sound file which we will use to apply the compression. And let's hear how it sounds. As you can see in the beginning, it starts pretty low in volume. And then the loudness gets higher as we get into the drum loop. So what we want to do is we want to even out the loudness of this audio file. And so we go to the track menu, and then we want to apply a track effect. In particular, we want to lower the volume or the loudness, so we want to add an effect in track dynamics. And so then we get this window that shows us a graph which basically tells us the relationship between the input and the output, the input being on the x-axis and the output on the y-axis. And then on the right we can see a meter that shows us the amount of attenuation or the amount of amplification at the top, or compression and expansion. We could think of it that way. And we have a couple of sliders here on the right. One is a threshold, and basically what this does is that this sets the benchmark, or the line, the level where we want compression to begin at. So for example, in a compression at negative 10 decibels, that's anything above that will be compressed. And the ratio is when the input is above the threshold, the output will be reduced by the amount of the ratio. So for example, if I cross the threshold by 1 decibel, then the output won't be changed in this instance because it's only at 1. But if we change it to 2, then it would be anything above the threshold will be reduced by 2. If it's over the threshold by 1. So we and then over here we have the attack and the release. The attack is basically just how fast the compressor reacts, or when there is a loud noise, how fast it attacks it. And the release is also when the noise subsides. That's when the compression ends. And so it's how fast in milliseconds that happens. So let's hear how it sounds. First we're going to have it at 1 and just gradually change the ratio, because that is what basically changes the amount of compression. So as we can see here, it is compressed after anything that goes above 20, it is compressed. And so if we make this higher to 10, for example, anything above 10 will be compressed. And that's why we see some of it manages to escape here, as you can see, but for the most part, since we have our attack that is 20 milliseconds, but if we lower it, we can see that there's not that much chance for the sound to escape. And so, as you can see, that's the difference. We could hear louder bass and the snare drum when we reduce the ratio, and when we make the ratio higher, that's basically increasing the amount of compression. And so, thank you for listening to this lecture, and hopefully you have learned something from it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and good luck.